Hello there. Let's do a test first with my microphone. Can you hear me? We'll do things in order this time. Last time I went live, you couldn't hear anything. So if you're watching, give me a thumbs up for you can hear the audio. And then we'll get started. Okay, got things in order here. Can everybody hear me? And do I have everything I need? I think so. As I walk away. Can you hear me? I hope it's working. The microphone's turned on. This thing's plugged in. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Good, good, good. That's thumbs up you can hear. Great. Today we're working on a 36 by 18 inch salut canvas. I'm going to start off by showing you the reference picture I'm working from. People ask me this all the time, and I think of it later in the video. So I'm just going to unplug this for a second to show you. This is my iPad covered in paint. Here is the reference picture, okay? So it's a nice, beautiful forest lake birch tree scene. I'm sorry, I only speak English, and these videos only broadcast in the language I'm speaking, so unfortunately it does not change it to the language you want, not for a live video. I've researched that, so apologies, but hopefully you can still enjoy, even though it's just in English. So, also tag a friend. If you feel like somebody could benefit from watching this video for a number of reasons today, please tag them in a comment and invite them to watch with you. People tell me that these videos are nurturing and calming and relaxing, and maybe they even learn something. Maybe it's just a distraction from your day that you might need, just a friendly little distraction. So do that. Follow my page if you don't already. Also, I'm trying to give my Instagram page a little bit of love too. So thank you all for following me on Facebook. But the Instagram needs a little bit of encouragement. So please head on over to that link as well. Would love to have you follow me on there. Different content, but mostly the same. But the live videos typically are done here. Thank you. Yes, my keypad on my iPad is that. Yeah, it still works, coincidentally. Sorry, I just unplugged it by accident. Let's plug that back in. It's an older iPad, so the iPad definitely, it needs to be plugged in while I'm recording here. Okay, so here we go. 36 by 18 inch canvas. I'm working today with this beautiful scene of a forest. So what I like to do is that underpainting first. And I think what I'm going to do for the underpainting, or that first grounding layer, is going to be this nice pink here. This pink. So let's just get going here. There's my cat, Hopper. He's sitting in the corner there on the chair as my little friend, companion while I'm painting. So the underpainting is just a wash layer. I'm working with acrylics with my 2-inch brush. And I kind of spritz the canvas a little bit to wet it. First, blank canvas. It's good to build a painting from a base color, and you can use whatever color you want. I like to do that all edges, even for that first base layer. You're observing from your phone or your iPad or your desktop. Tag a friend who might like to enjoy watching along with you. Let's put it back up on that ledge. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask anything you like, anything at all. And I think that kind of from here down, I'm going to do this nice yellow. If you have questions, pop them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer. Typically, I answer questions off camera once I'm done the live video. But I will go through and answer as many as I can get to. And if you are watching, let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to know where in the world people are. I'm broadcasting from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I put a link there to my website. You can check out all my available works. If you are in the Edmonton area, on Saturday, November 22nd, is my next gallery open house. I get an itchy nose when I paint. I think I'm a little allergic. Saturday, November 22nd, my next gallery open house. So if you go to my website, giselledenis.com, and you click on upcoming events, you can RSVP your free tickets to my show. And I'm working on all these new pieces will be in the show. So that's my first grounding layer. Let's do a little bit of green in different spots. Good. I think I want to do a little bit of maybe some purple up in the sky too. Maybe some brighter pink. There and here. You can just really play with that. Good, good. Now I'm going to switch brushes. So there's not a lot of difference, but I don't know, just the feel of the brush for the sky. I like to use this brush. So this is what I just used. This is like 1.5 inches. This is 2-ish inches. For the sky, I like the thickness of this. The thickness. It's a lot. It's weird to explain, but I just like how it feels in my hand. So we're going to switch to this for the sky layer. So I'm working with acrylics. A little bit of purple mixes in there too. I kind of positioned the camera so you can see the palette as well. So it's a bit angled down, just so you can see what I'm doing here. Now my reference picture is like a loose reference picture. It's there to something to look at and guide me, but I don't, I'm not married to it. You know what I mean? It's there to have something to look at while I'm painting, and it's a general guide. This is where we can have lots of fun now, taking that image and interpreting it as our own. And this is how I encourage artists to find their style, is work from another photograph of a real photo, not of a painting, but of another photo of a place or a thing, an object, and paint your version of it. And this is how we accomplish discovering our style. How do we interpret? How does our eye see the image? Because your eye sees it different than anyone else does. So with that God-given brain you've got. Take advantage of your uniqueness and tap into it by trusting that you have that image that you can paint already in your brain. It's just a matter of transposing that image onto canvas and believing that you can do it. That's really half the battle. And don't hold your breath when you paint. Breathe. All little tips and tricks that I've noticed that I learned and do, can offer advice for. If you relax in your painting will be relaxed. If you're loose in your process, your painting will be loose. And have a nice general feel about it. Kind of the intention and the energy you put into a painting, it will evoke that energy, right? So if you want your painting to be loose and free, try to paint loose and free. Toulouse, France, amazing. Yes, I love hearing about where you're watching from. Please share. Please share. Tag a friend. Follow my page. Head on over to my Instagram channel. Give it some love all over there as well. Of the Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Facebook is my biggest following, where I find the most people are hanging out. But us creators, we appreciate all of the love from all of our platforms because it helps our page grow. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, please do. I should have put the link earlier, but you know how to find Insta. So this is not an instructional video, but people tell me they learn things by watching, so that's great. I hope you do learn something. I tell people I work out life by painting. I paint because I love it. I do sell my art, but the main reason I paint is because I love to paint. Oh, my cats are fighting. Guys, get along, would you? And this is just having fun with the paint. Getting those clouds in there, wispy clouds. Getting the edges painted. So painting like this takes generally about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. So if you don't have that kind of time, it's all good. You can come back. You can fast forward, let it run, and come back and fast forward if you can't stick around. That's all right. No worries. I'm just going to lower it so I can reach the top. It's easier to match the color if you just keep going while it's all wet. Back up on its ledge. It also helps to be loose if you hold your brushes and your tools looser and don't grip them like the death grip. You just kind of hold it almost to the point where you're going to drop it. I often drop my my brush or my knife. Looseness comes with practice, right? Okay, that looks good. I'm happy with that. Let's just give our brush a little wash. The purpose of putting down the paint canvas and then just painting over it with blue and white. So you can't really tell, but that first layer, because I paint wet on wet, drags through to the next layer. So some of that pink gets dragged into the sky. So it adds little elements of purple and pink. You can't see it in the video, but if you were live here with me, you can see there's little bits of that purple and the pink just kind of popping through. So it adds one more layer of interest. I call it the essence of the painting. When I'm looking at a photograph, I kind of like blur the lines. I kind of like squint my eyes and look at it in a sort of unfocused view when you blur it a little bit. And then you just see these other colors kind of popping through that, you know, are surprising little elements. It's amazing how much color you can see in a photo or real life when you just kind of look and you go, oh, I see a little bit of purple over there. I see a little bit of yellow. So we're just going to put in some now of this, I'm raising it up just a bit. This is going to be our edge of our water, okay? So not quite half, maybe up a little bit, out there. Got some yellow, we got some orange. Okay, and it's not perfectly straight across. It kind of goes down like that. Get some white in there. Okay, that looks good. Because we're going to put in trees. I'm going to start with the darker ones in behind, so it's just going to go like this. I'm going to use the edge of my brush. Edge of my brush, and we're going to put in sort of like the darker parts of the forest back in here. So I can even go like this. The wide edge of my brush. We're going to just put in the tree line. The darker shadows. Just little tap taps. And it's wet on wet. So yes, it's going to pull in some of the white and blue. This reference picture I have not used before, so it's going to be as much of a surprise to me, as it is to you watching what's going to happen, how it's going to turn out. When I do a live, I paint what I know. I mean, I've painted these scenes a lot, but not this particular reference picture. But that's okay. We'll build it here together. Trust the process. You're very welcome. Anyone else have questions? I'm happy to answer. It is a very common question. Why the heck would you paint all of that to paint over it? And there is a reason, my friends. There's always a reason. And sometimes even if the reason is, I just felt like it, you can get away with it because it's art. The artist just felt like it. How about that? What's neat about paintings? Oh, my cat is meowing. Do you hear her? Hi. Hello, Ellie. Hi, what do you want? She likes to tell me she wants something. It's probably attention when I'm doing a video. I know, Ellie, but right now I'm making a video and I can't pick you up. So these are quite high up, these ones on this side. We're going to switch to this other green. Painting's all about layers. So yes, okay, I brought the sky down to here, but you see how the pops of blue can naturally pop through there because I already laid down the foundation of the sky and the trees are in front. Oops, step over my cat. And there's some yellow up in there, so let's grab some of the yellow. And it comes up quite high. Let's go up even more. about as high as I want to go on that side. Got quite the audience today. So yeah, please share where you're watching from. My style is impressionist, so it's not my goal to paint exactly what I see here in this photo reference. It's a guide to be there for me, simply as that, just the guide. When it starts to look too perfect, I like to go in and mess it up. Get some orange in there. Kind of a fallish scene. Some orange. We've got some orange down here in the water. We can kind of slowly integrate. Now the water is not yellow, it's going to be blue. So let's ignore the water for a second. We're gonna go back in. We're gonna put some pink in the trees, maybe over here. Some purple. Just have fun with it. Hi, Miss Ellie. Put in the darks. Kind of went over it a little too much. There's some bushes down in here. Change the orientation of how I hold my knife to just change what kind of brush strokes are laying down. Ooh, I love that. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Let's just keep going with some of that dark, because we can always, the nice thing about acrylics is you can layer and layer and layer all day. It dries very fast. It'll take a little bit of time to dry, mind you, since there's quite a bit of paint on there now. Now we're going to do some stuff over here in the horizon, water's edge. And let's get some of the water in there. So just back and forth with my brush. Don't forget the edges with that blue. And I just keep working it till I'm happy with the color. You can paint an entire painting with the same brush. You don't need 300 brushes. If you want 300 brushes, you can definitely do that. But every artist has their process, right? So Do what works for you. You do you. Someone tells you you can't, go listen to them. You can't do it like that. Don't let anybody tell you how to paint. People make up all kinds of rules, and that's just it. They're made up by people. The rules are just made up by people. They say make your own rules. And if you love your painting, others will too. And if people don't like it, they might even tell you. And that's fine too. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But if you paint back to why you paint, you're questioning yourself and listening to anybody's negative comments, just remind yourself why. What's your why? Are you painting because you love it? Or are you painting to please people? Because my friends, painting to please other people is a very depressing road to go down. If you're living to impress others, very depressing road to go down. Oh my gosh, my cat. Why are you meowing so much? Dude, okay. We're going to come back into this. Water's edge. Ellie. That's my cat. And my cat. I'm glad you like it. Coming together. Almost a little extra hard to get paint down here because it's so wet, but we're doing it. We're making it happen. Do some bushes and some yellow down here. Add a little more yellow up in there. Sometimes I come back in, which I probably will in a little while. I'll let this kind of up here dry a little bit so we can more easily add different color. It's kind of getting pretty blended. So we'll just maybe, I'm going to leave it. Leave it. Stop touching it. Okay. I'm going to keep coming down here with the water. I'm doing this live a little bit earlier in the day, so maybe I'm catching people who don't normally watch. Maybe if you're watching, let me know. Is this the first time? Have you tuned in before? Let me know where you're watching from. Tag a friend who might enjoy watching this video as well. Share the love. Also, head on over to my Instagram. Give my Instagram a follow. I don't do the live videos typically on Instagram, so this is a special place for my lives here on Facebook. This is where most of you hang out for the lives. But I do appreciate the follows on the other platforms as well. So Helps out my following and my algorithm. Getting some ripples in the water by just touch with my knife. Keep saying my knife. With my brush. As we come down, there's kind of longer and farther apart. I think I'll bring this corner all the way down to about there. Just give it a little bit of a richer blue there. And tell me why you're watching. What is it that makes you stay and watch these videos that I make? Is it for education, for art making? Is it just relaxing? Is it mental health, a break in your day? Tell me why you stop to watch. It's always nice to know what it is you enjoy about my videos. Okay, now I'm going to grab some paper towel, and this is going to be my tool for a few minutes. I'm just going to take this and do things like this. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Okay, it's quite wet, so it's going to not exactly be the color that I want at the moment. I like the very thin strokes you can get. I'm just going to raise the easel with my crank a little bit. We're going to switch to this brush for a little while. This is my other brush, this little one. I think it's an inch. From the Philippines. Amazing. Thank you for tuning in. How are things in the Philippines? I'm going to go back with my other fish brushes again for a second. Oh boy. Let's stick that up. Yes, I'm using a roll of toilet paper. It's really thick, and it actually is bad for my septic system, so I'm using it for cleaning my brushes off. Got the wrong stuff. Okay, now we're going to come in here, and I'm going to bring some of these trees as reflections in the water. Just like that. And these are a bit longer on this side. And maybe some of them are just this. Kind of what I did up there. I'm mimicking that as much as I can down here in the reflections. Not exactly, but just a little. They're just that. The reflections are not exact. A little more defined water's edge. Maybe it comes out a bit over here. And then pull that down. And then coming across. Get a little more yellow in there. Reflection. And I have some purples in the reflections as well, so let's put those in. I know I'm not talking very much, but I'm focused. Just kind of wherever I see it up there, I'm kind of popping it in down here. And there was a little bit of orange too, so let's put that. A few spots. Back to the yellow. Okay, back to this brush. Oh, interesting. You haven't been able to find me. Well, here we are. Found me now. Thanks for coming back. I'm going to just put in some greater trees here. Come back to down here where we had this going on. Drying a little bit, so that's good. Add a bit of this yummy green. I'm going to put some of this green in. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I saw there was a couple other comments. So typically I'll answer the comments after I go off camera. I'm focused on what I'm doing here right now. Hi. Hello, Ellie. You want to come up here? Come here. Up, up. Come on. There you go. There you go. This is Ellie. She's a lover. She wants me to sit and she'll sit on my lap, but we can't do that right now. We can't do that right now, Ellie. Some of these yellow trees just be in the forefront. And we've got that purple one over here. Let's make that a little more. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Ellie. My cat's like going like this to my leg. I know you want, but your claws are very sharp. Please don't scratch me. What to do, what to do. I like to add little pops of this crazy bright orange. Just like little touches, like boop, boop, boop. It's just fun to, you just add some vibrancy with these little tiny bits of orange, kind of in different spots. I think we can go back and add some more of these crazy grasses coming up. Okay. Way out there in there. Some of them are kind of green, so let's do the green ones. Okay, what else? Let's do a little bit of pink. And I'm going to add some taller trees up in here. So it can be scary because it looks like I'm just going to add a big fat line right in the middle. Educational and a joy to see you paint live. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you. Do you clean your palette when you're done, or do you cover it until you're paint? Oh yeah, I didn't talk about the palette. I'll talk about that for 20 seconds. This is my painting palette. It has a wet sponge that lays down first in the tray. You wet that in water. and then you lay down this, they call it like an acrylic paper. You wet the paper down, you put your paint. When you're done for the day, you can seal it up with this lid. I sell these palettes on my website. So if you go to tools I use, you'll see, you'll click down and you'll see palette knives and palettes. Great tool. It comes with the sponges, your paper. It comes with everything you need. So I highly recommend the palette. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. What's happening? We're doing the trees next. Okay. So yeah, here we go. We're going to just start. It's going to look like I'm going to add a big fat line right in the middle of my painting, but I'm going to trust the process. We'll start with one here. So we're going to go all the way from here to about here. I don't want it completely straight, so we're just going to wiggle it and kind of drag it up. Like that, and then add some. And I'm really loosely holding the brush so that it's not perfectly straight. It looks very natural. So I started with a gray, like a Payne's gray. Okay. This is kind of just starting the tree formations. Just kind of laying where I want them first. And then I'll come back and edit them. So let's get a little bit of darker. This one will probably be a bit darker with this brown. So yeah, if you have questions, pop them in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from, maybe why you're watching, what it is about my videos that you enjoy. Tag a friend. Also give my Instagram page a little following too. Okay, we'll do kind of a grayish brownish one next to it. It's going to be coming from a bit further down, maybe here, and we're just going to drag. Drag, drag, drag. I usually kind of start them on the darker side, and then you can add the lights later. So that water is mostly dry now, so the blue is established. Dry enough to paint over, so I'm not dragging any blue into my trees. I am dragging some of that into my trees from the forest underneath, but that's okay. That's totally fine. Now, let's do one that's kind of like, it's gonna lean out and in like this, this, and then out, and then over that. Maybe we'll do a really thin one, kind of sort of right here. Behind. Good, good. So when I go off camera, I will post this painting in the comments with the title and the name, like the name and the size and the price. This will be for sale once it's done. And I'll also be posting it on my website in the next few days probably. But if you see it and you're like, I don't even want you to post it on the website, I want to buy it, you can. It happens sometimes. So what you're seeing is actually a flipped, you're seeing the mirror image, right? Because my camera and my video is flipped. So I can see you and what you're saying and who's watching and what your comments are. So really, when you see it, when I post in the comments, you'll be like, that's not the same painting. But it's just because it's flipped. So it's a little confusing. Why does it look so different? That's why. And some leaves down there. Okay. Now, the next tree. This one's going to come from down here, and it's going to go, actually, I'm going to do this one first. It's kind of like, it's going to end up here. I don't want it to be the same. It's going to end up, let's just do it here, and then drag it down. All the way to the bottom. It's scary adding these trees when it's like in front of everything. You want to get the placement right. And you can change your mind which one's in front and behind. You just have to change what's in front and behind by making decisions and what makes sense in the picture. And then I'm going to have another one that kind of crisscross and goes up this way. So it's going to kind of go from here. We're going to crisscross it there and over there. And all the way back down. So it is picking up the yellow and the pink foliage down in the bottom. A little bit of the water got picked up in there too in the trunk, but that's okay. We can go over it with more gray. And I'm going to add more texture to these trees, probably with my knife in a little bit, in a few minutes. Once we kind of mostly establish where we want them. So that obviously this tree is in front of that tree. That. And then we'll add some branches. We'll add some more of these. I'm going to come in with my knife right now and do some of these. I'm going to kind of cut with the slicing edge. Glad you like to paint with me. I don't really do that. I do that with my nieces. This is why I do the live videos. And I give you an opportunity to sort of paint with me online. I could have started the video, paint with me. Okay, I'm going to do some branches from these guys that are further away, and then I'll have to like redo the tree trunk where I crossed it over. If I, if I'm not too careful. I don't want to be too careful at this point, just for fun. I'm blocking in where I want these branches to go. Yeah, no, everybody has asked me to come and paint with me, but this is why I do the video, so we can paint together here. But I do have that open house show coming up on November 22nd. That is a really fun event to come to. And you can come and see my studio or where I'm painting. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. All these fun branches that are crisscrossing over. Oop, I think I just got paint on my face. That's fine. I'll have to come back to see that. I see all the comments and people watching. I can't keep up with what's happening over there. Okay, so we've got our street trees established where we want them. Now I'm going to come back with my knife. So this is my palette knife. I sell the knife as well. You can check those out on my website. Ship worldwide. They're a great tool to build texture. I often build an entire painting just with the knife. So that tree was in behind, so let's get that in first. And I need more gray, so let's load some more gray. So I also add mediums to my paint. This is a mixture of medium, and it's a clear medium. So we need gray and white, actually. Let's put the white down first. All these mediums and paints I sell on my website. If you go to tools I use, you'll see the paints, you'll see the palette, you'll see the palette knife. I've got painting sets, which are great. Canvas even now is there. And slowly building up my shop for selling art supplies too. So it's a one-stop place. Of course, the paintings are for sale on there as well. You can check those out. So I just did a post today, earlier this morning, of a painting. So this is kind of the same color scheme and from the same series. You can check that out. I love that new painting. So the clear gel is like a mix of, I've got molding paste, I've got gel, there's all kinds of different mediums you can add to your paints. And it tones down the color, it makes your paint go further, it adds different texture to it, it does a bunch of things. So you can buy sample packs of these mediums, which is a great idea, and then you can kind of test out which ones that you like. So I paint with heavy-bodied acrylics as well, which the paint's already very thick, but adding a little extra is super fun. Just playing with the textures. Okay, so this tree was in behind, so let's put that first. Oops. Hi, Ellie. You are very needy today. I know. Ah, don't scratch me. Don't scratch. So they're very gray at the moment, but we're going to add white and brown to them, to their trunks, to really kind of make them stand out. And I'll keep the trees, I think, just on that side. Now we're going to come in with some white. We'll keep that one pretty brown. Let's do some white here. And I like to kind of touch, not the same tree the whole time, just to give them a little more randomness. It's fun. Painting is fun and relaxing. Hope you find this video relaxing as well. How's the volume now? The mic might be losing its, it might be low in power. Can you hear me now? Okay, I'm going to switch mics. One sec. We'll switch. Can you hear me now? You can hear me? Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. I guess I got to charge my other microphone. Sorry about that. Okay, if this goes, then I'm going to unplug everything and it'll just be the volume on the phone, so it won't be as good, but at least we'll have something. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate that. All good, all good. Okay, perfect. So we're just going to put in some more white, mixed in with a tad bit of yellow. I don't know what I was talking about when my camera stopped working. Not my camera, my microphone. Good, good. I paint and it stresses me out, but I don't want to stop. What should I do? So it's a good thing to journal, maybe, what's stressing you out about painting. Ask yourself the question, why am I stressed out? Is it about the painting? Am I trying too hard to be perfect? Am I enjoying the process regardless of the outcome? I recommend examining, asking yourself the questions of why am I so stressed out when I'm painting? Maybe your approach could change you know, maybe the reason you're going to paint could change. I don't know. There's a little bit of investigation that might need to happen there. I have felt stressed out painting. And then when especially if I'm doing a live painting, not necessarily here, but if I'm painting at an event and there's tons of people there and I'm surrounded by hundreds of people, I tell myself, you know what? They asked me to be here. There's going to be people who don't like it, what I'm painting, and there's going to be people who do like it. And if I just relax in my process and I know that I'm doing this for the reasons of I love this, it's about enjoying yourself while you're painting and not always caring about what the outcome is going to be, right? Oh, so I didn't hear you use your paints. I didn't hear you say, sorry, what does it say about your paint going moldy? So I was saying I haven't had trouble with mold with Golden Paint brand. So it's expensive, but you get what you pay for. Store it in a cool, dry place. Make sure the lid is tight. Don't add any water to your jar. I've had trouble with mold with other brands, but I've not once had a problem with mold with Golden Paint. So I don't know why that is, but I guess, yeah, like I said, you get what you pay for. I encourage you to try the Golden brand, and if you can't buy the best brand you can afford, and just be careful how you store it. And return stuff. If it molds and you buy it from somewhere, I've returned stuff that, you know, if the paint's compromised, you shouldn't have to pay for something that's not good quality, so just return it. Fair. Did I answer your question? Let's just flip back up to the... Some people critique rather than absorb the art. They stress artists, they think. Yes, us artists are sensitive people. We tend to be sensitive people. And when people are mean about comments about our work, it's a vulnerable thing to do. Just know that there's going to be people who don't like it, and that's okay. They're allowed to not like it. My husband says that. They're allowed to not like your work. They're allowed to have an opinion. But it's just their opinion, and not everyone's going to like what you make, and that's okay. When you realize that and you're okay with that, but you make it anyway, don't let people stop you from creating art because you're afraid of what they'll say. Who cares what they say? Who cares what they think? You know what I'm saying? Who agrees? Go back up to, I'd love to be able to afford the Golden range and paint myself silly. Yeah, honestly, they do have good, it's not that bad. If you think about hard work that you're doing of spending time on a painting, and then you buy crap paint, it's going to dry 5 shades darker than what you laid it down. You're going to be disappointed with the creation that looked so beautiful when the paint was wet. So I'm not saying only Golden Paint is the brand to buy. Buy the brand that you can, but just know that it will, your vibrancy in your work shows when you buy good paint. So they've got good sets. I've got some sets of Golden Paint. You want to check those out on my website. I did not start with Golden when I started out. That's for sure. I slowly built up to buying better and better paint. Now I'm using the tip of my knife, not my brush. Keep switching. Whoop. Oh, thank you. I don't care what painting you do, they're all gorgeous. I love oils the best. Yes, oils are a whole other game, whole other ball game. I have used oils, but I prefer acrylics for no smell involved and it dries quickly. It's easy to clean up. Lots of reasons, but some people just prefer oil, and that's great. Oil paints are for the patient. And this girl is not that patient when it comes to stuff taking forever to dry. So I like the fast drying acrylics itself. There, guys, I'm just about gonna call it done. I'm just gonna do some lighter green leaves over here. I love all your comments. You guys are so much fun. Oh, are you talking about this painting, Linda? It's cool because I do find that people love the fact that they watched me make the painting that they end up buying. When I do a live painting at an event, um, if it's a charity function, for example, um, the person's like, I just love that I got to watch you paint this right here. So yeah, it is, it's a fun, one little sort of added bonus when you when you end up buying the painting that you watched me make. Okay, we've got other branches kind of in my reference picture, so hopefully I don't wreck it, but I'm gonna do a couple like this, and then maybe one here. I want to add a few more leaves, leafy leaves. And those are yellow. Maybe do some yellow and some purple. Where do you get your easel from? It's humongous, yes. My easel is also on my website in the tools I use section, giselledenis.com. You'll see tools I use, easels. It's the Abiqui easel. It's very expensive, but it is a very amazing tool. As you can see, there's crank back here. I can raise and lower. So I'll raise it for a minute. You just literally, I gotta move this. One sec. Don't wanna, my whole setup. Yeah, so look, you just do that. You can raise and lower. It is amazing. I've been painting my whole life, and I recently just got it in the last 2 years, and it's a major game changer. So highly recommend this easel. I sell them too. Okay, now I see I got a huge glob of paint on my glasses. Just noticed. Hold on. I just need a second. I can't paint with that there. Bear with me, guys. 1 second. I'm nearly done the painting. I just need to, I know I paint with gloves. It looks really annoying. The gloves things, it bothers people. But when you're painting as much as I do, it kind of irritates the skin. So, oh my gosh, that was a huge glob of paint on the glasses. I just started wearing glasses, guys, and keeping them clean is a struggle just since this summer. This is a live video, so there's going to be mishaps. How do you keep your glasses clean? It was sad. It was a sad day when I had to get glasses because I like my face. And then I had to start wearing glasses, and it definitely changes your look, doesn't it? So here's the painting so far. So remember, this is the mirror image. Oh my gosh. That you're seeing, right? So this is flipped. So when I post this in the comments at the end of the video, you're going to see the flipped version of it. Let me see. Have you ever thought of zooming in a group occasionally and you can see us all when you paint and we can talk to you too? Oop. Oh boy, where did that comment go? I haven't. That's a cool idea. I'll think about that. Jody, thank you. Doing a Zoom call. Possibly, possibly, possibly. Okay, back with the gloves. Good suggestions. I'm open to them all. So I added those extra branches and just wanted to establish a few more things there. I do want to put a little more white there. So with those added branches, we'll do some yellow leaves. So I mix on the palette and I mix on the actual painting. Okay, we'll think about that. We will think about that, Jody. Thanks for the suggestion. Okay, so we'll do some bigger ones. And we'll do some leaves up there too. So we'll put these guys in sort of randomly. Like that. And we need some up there. We're going to do some orange ones because I see orange. Nice and thick. No, I don't want to do this too fast because you can really get too many in there. And we don't want too many. We just want them thoughtfully placed. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like the water. I think it looks nice. Got some orange leaves down there, maybe a few there. A few green ones. And I'm going to do a few purple ones. And then after this, I'm going to go charge my microphones. Best thing about the one you're doing now is the birch trees. That's my favorite tree. Oh, thank you. Yes, I love birch trees myself. They're a very happy tree. So if you like this one, check out my latest post on Facebook I did earlier this morning. You'll see a giant painting that I just posted. It's like a bigger version of this. It's a little bit different, but yeah, I think you might like that one too. The one in the corner there that I'm also have a little bit of this red, so I'm just going to put in a little bit of red in this part of the back of the tree line. Yummy red. And then we'll put a little bit of it down here too. Let's see if we like it. Yes, I do. I believe everything can be shipped worldwide. So if you're in the checkout counter of my site, if there's any issues, just send me an email and I'll make sure that it works for you. But I believe just before you check to purchase something, it'll tell you if it can deliver to you. As far as I know, but let me know. Yes, thank you. Alive with the Shadows. Ooh, Alive in the Shadows. That's a good name for a painting. I like that. Alive in the Shadows. Okay. About done, guys. Just add a few pops of white. Okay, I'm going to stop. Boop. So painting's never done. You just have to know when to stop. That's the trick, right? So I'll give you a little close-up of a couple things. First, I will show you the painting palette. So I'm going to take the camera off my tripod for a sec, so bear with me. It's going to get a little wobbly. All right, let's flip the camera around. Here we go. There's my, hey, Ellie. Hi. Oh, so sweet. This is the palette. So this is the sponge layer. It's wet sponge, the wet paper. You lay your paint down, and then when I'm finished, I need 2 hands for this, but this is the lid. So I'll just cover that up, and it seals up like a Tupperware. Yeah, so perfect palette. I sell those. Check those out. Maybe I'll put the links to things you can buy off my website for material-wise. Here's the painting. So this is now the correct image. You saw the mirror image when I was painting it, but now I flipped the camera around so you can see. So see, we've got some reflections of the trees in the water. We've got the birch trees, those colorful trees in the background. So this is part of a series kind of similar to what I did. I posted earlier today, another painting. I'll walk over to the gallery wall to show you where that one is sitting. So this is the amazing easel, the Abiqui easel, and highly recommend. It's also on my website for sale. Sometimes I go off camera and I'm like, ooh, I want to make these tiny little changes, and I just may do that, but I'll take a picture of the painting and I'll post it in the comments with the name of the painting and the size and the price and everything. So here's the close-up. I didn't sign it yet because it's a little bit wet. I'm just going to flatten out this one little spot so that when I sign it, I can get after it without getting into the thick textured parts. But see how fun and messy and ooey gooey. It's not perfect. This is Impressionism. It's all fun layers. So I paint all those edges. I gotta fix that edge, but I'll do that off camera. See how I didn't match that, and I'll fix that. It's wet. It's not wet. Sorry, it's not wet. So I'll fix that. But this is the painting. Love it, love it. Here's my cat. Hey, Ellie. Let's walk over to the gallery section here. So this painting is the one I posted earlier today. Oh my gosh, I don't have the tag on it yet, but it's a 48 by 72, so it's similar, right? In the same kind of vibe as the one I just did, but it's huge. It's 4 by 6 feet. So that's from that same series. I forget the name, but here's the gallery. I got my piano here. I sing and write songs as well. That's for another story. But this is the area. This is a brand new piece as well. This is from the same series. I didn't do this on a live, I don't think. I just made this one. So this will be a real video. This is a commission I just finished, too. So back to the paintings area. Oh, I can show you this painting. It's upside down, but I think it's dry now. I did this one yesterday. That's a brand new piece from yesterday of this seaside flowers, which I absolutely love. It's not on the website yet, but it's going to be posted pretty soon. And my other cat, he's sleeping. Hi, Hopper. Hello. My famous cats in my videos. Anyways, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to flip the camera around and say thank you for watching. If you have questions or comments, please write them there, and I will answer. Come to my art show Saturday, November 22nd. It's my next open house. Love to have you. It's a wine and cheese reception. It's the fancy one. People come and dress up and hang out with me. It's an all-day thing. It's open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. So it's a long day for me. But anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.